Hello!
Happy Sibling Shanty Sunday! I'm Sky.
I'm Sagan.
And we're siblings.
And we sing sea shanties and sea shanty adjacent music.
And it's week 16?
It's week 16!
Oh my gosh! Crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
And the sun is actually out.
The sun
here,
is out.
As you can see.
Here
so
on
I'm like
Sunday.
trying to
Dodge it. Yeah.
Whatever. So the sun is out, and we have just spent a couple of days in the mountains doing some vacationing here for my spring break was this week. So it was a good week to get caught up and see family and friends and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd do a couple of shanty adjacent.
Shanty adjacent.
Yeah.
The first one is an actual shanty.
Sort of connect to that theme that way.
Yep, sort of connect to both the mountains and also coming home.
Yes.
So the first one that we have for you today is called Shallow Brown. Shallow Brown's a halyard shanty from the West Indies, first collected in 1882. Although, I don't know, I feel like you could probably add at least 10 years, 5 to 10 years onto any shanty, onto like whenever the shanty was first collected to like how old it actually is. At least like 5 to 10 years. Yeah. Interestingly enough, this remains one of sort of the great mysteries of shanty history, is where exactly the refrain came from of shallow brown. Obviously, calling somebody shallow generally means they don't have any sort of depth of emotion or whatever. And this is actually probably one of the most heartfelt melancholy shanties in our entire catalog. There are some who believe that Shallow Brown is actually sort of either a corruption or a migration of the nickname Shiloh Brown. Because shallow probably lends itself a little better to being sung than Shiloh Brown does. But nonetheless, this one it's pure call and response.
Lyrics are down below.
Lyrics are down below. Hit the E for me here. So it's the same words every time, but the melody changes slightly. So Shantyman has one line. A first response is shallow, oh, shallow brown. Shantyman has a second line, and then it's shallow, oh, shallow brown. And this one is sort of performed and sung at blasts and at festivals, probably a bit slower than it would have been on ships. Yeah. But that being said, I think it really does lend itself well to sort of the ballad tradition. But other than his calls and responses, that's about all there is to it.
Ready?
Yeah, blow that E again for me one more time. Yep, that's right. Oh, I'm bound to leave you, shallow, oh, shallow brown. Oh, I'm bound to leave you, shallow, oh, shallow brown. Bound on board a whaler, shallow, oh, shallow brown. Bound on board a whaler, shallow, oh, shallow brown. In the cradle is my baby, shallow, oh, shallow brown. I want no other lady, shallow, oh, shallow brown. My wife and baby grieves me, shallow, oh, shallow brown. It pains me for to leave ye, shallow, oh, shallow brown. I'll cross them chilly mountains, shallow, oh, shallow brown. I'll pump them silver fountains, shallow, oh, shallow brown. So put me clothes in order, shallow, oh, shallow brown. The packet sails tomorrow, shallow, oh, shallow brow, be on the pier to meet me. Shallow, oh, shallow brow, with kisses I will greet thee. Shallow, oh, shallow brown, so fare thee well, my Juliana. Shallow, oh, shallow brown, fare thee well, my Juliana. Shallow, oh, shallow brown. Yeah. Drink some water, my Juliana.
I know. It's just pretty.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And there's a number of different versions of the call words as well. You don't always hear this version, depends on where people collected it from or, what tradition they're coming out of. So, but it's just a beautiful set.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Hearing this filling up a shanty blast room or something is really just, you just sort of lose yourself in the sound. Yeah. But love that one a lot.
And mountains.
Second one even has mountain in the title.
Sure.
It's called Wild Mountain Thyme. Not Wild Mountain Thyme as it's spelled, but thyme is in the actual the herb.
Plant.
The plant. So this is actually a Scottish folk song from the mid-1800s, 1859 to be exact, and it was written by Scottish poet Robert Tannahill and composer Robert Archibald Smith. However, it was sort of popularized by Belfast musician Francis McPeak, so it's often mistaken for an Irish song. And it's not Irish; it's Scottish.
Probably both countries claim it.
Yes,
I would imagine. Yes.
It's a combination of the best of both worlds. Yep. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Two countries united by a common dislike of the British. Anyway,
sure.
So there's actually a couple of couple of words here that, unless you're sort of familiar with, I guess, sort of more of the greenery, you may not actually know what they mean. So heather. It's a hardy flowering plant that's common in many parts of the world, particularly like inhospitable places. It actually like really likes like acidic, damp soil. So places where like every other plant's like, I'm not going there. Yep. Heather's like, yeah, sure. And but it grows in the Scottish Highlands, and it covers like entire hills, turn sort of this gorgeous purple pink color. I remember seeing it when we were much smaller, taking a trip over to the British Isles and going to spending a couple of days in Scotland and just being in awe of it just covering the countryside. But so that's what heather is. A bower actually has two words in it. Huh? Nope. Wrong. Actually has sort of two meanings, and they actually work both ways in this. So it's traditionally thought of as a shelter, generally in a garden, but it could be anywhere out in nature, made with tree boughs or vines twined together. So it gives you sort of this very picturesque idea. But it's also defined as a lady's private apartment in a medieval castle or in a medieval hall or castle. So either way, it works. Way. It's a place to hang out. And also, a glen is a, it was funny when we were driving down, there's a place near us that called a hollow. And I was like, what exactly defines a hollow? Right. So I looked it up. But there's like what a hollow is, what a glen is, I forget like some of the other things, but like all of these they're like similar, but the distinction is important. And a glen is specifically a secluded, narrow valley. So that's what a glen is. So for any of you who are not like into nature or gardening, like now you know all that. So this one has a chorus that everybody sings along with, which goes like this.
Lyrics are down below.
will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
So it starts the way that it ends.
Yes, it starts the way it ends. Yep. Yeah. I believe.
It's sort of a cyclical feel to it. It always feels like just one flows right into the next.
Yeah, and the verses actually very much flow directly into the chorus that way. I think it was the Corys.
Yeah.
Actually, that we first heard this from.
Yep.
But that's about all there is to the song.
Ready?
Are you ready?
I guess we'll find out.
There we go. Oh, the summertime has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme grows around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower by yon pure crystal fountain, and around it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will range into the wilds and the deep glens so dreamy, and return with all their spoils to the bower of my dearie. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And if my love were gone, I would surely find no other to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pull wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
Yeah! That's pretty too.
Yes.
Okay, now I can tell my stupid joke afterwards.
Do it.
It's really pretty.
Do it.
But I always think of if you're not looking at the fact that it's thyme, like the plant,
like parsley, sage, rosemary,
yeah. It's like, woo, having a wild time in the mountains, yeah. That's a completely
wild
different
mountain time.
Yeah, it's a completely different song that way.
Isn't that like a John Denver song or something?
It could be, yeah. Cool. It's very, very, very possible that way. So that's my stupid. That's in my brain. Even though it's a beautiful song, whenever I hear the name of the song, I'm always like. Having a wild time in the mountains.
That's right.
Or like, it's like crazy cat hour. If you have cats, we don't have cats, but we have cats. Done a lot of cat sitting. in our time. There's, like 2:00 in the morning, all of a sudden it's like crazy cat hour.
Yeah, they just like run laps.
So
around
like,
the house.
I feel like Wild Mountain Time is the same way. It's like all of a sudden at like 2 a.m, all the animals are like, "Wah!" Yeah. I don't know whether any of that's true or not, but I don't know. That's what
I've said weirder things on this series. You're fine.
Whatever. That's not what I
So the first 2 songs we had today were like ballads. Luckily, this one's pretty upbeat. This one's called "Don't Forget Your Old Shipmate," and don't blow that yet because there's background to this one.
That's fine.
So this is a traditional British Royal Naval song. I think it's now like the official song of the Royal Navy. Sure. Maybe
one of them. There's
one
several.
Of them. Yeah, there's several of them. Dates back to the Napoleonic era, which is very, very late 1700s to like the early 1800s. For those of you who like more specific numbers, there's a little bit of specific terminology in this. Mentions what's called a sponger. And the sponger was when it... Huh?
There was peak visual humor there if I'd had a sponge ready to go. I didn't think about it.
I wonder why I didn't tell you about it beforehand. Anyway, so when it came to crewing cannons on these naval warships, the sponger's job was to clean the cannon between rounds to ensure that any remaining sparks or flame, anything that could catch or explode when it was being loaded, would not do that. And they would use the sponge. They wouldn't use like a bathroom sponge, sort of what they would do. And they wouldn't wipe the whole thing clean, only certain parts of it, but especially the inside. And they would use a long staff, sometimes called a rammer, with a piece of like fleece or lambskin wound around the end, and they would just like.
If you've ever seen period
reenactment, the stuff that you see, they fire a shot and then they put the thing down. They're like and they pull it back out.
Or even on the cannons too, like we've seen reenactors do cannons and things as well. So, but that's what they're doing, sponging.
Sponging to make sure that nothing catches and goes off when it's not supposed to. There's also something called a weather earring. This is not a earring, it only has one R. An earring was a small rope used to fasten the corner of a sail to a spar or yard. The weather earring was the earring at the windward side of the ship. And during the sort of the age of sail, a position at the weather earring was sort of considered a place of honor for those who worked on the deck. And on a merchant ship was the position of the second mate when the sails were being reefed. So when it's talking about, it's in I believe the 4th from the last verse, talking about, oftentimes have we laid out toil nor danger fearing, tugging out the flapping sail to the weather earring. That's specifically what it's talking about, is in this position of honor.
Yeah,
but
not earring.
No, not that kind of earring.
No.
So this one has a refrain that everybody sings along with. Now, don't be tripped up. There is a slight, basically like a 5/4 measure in the midst of all this 4/4 stuff, which is really funny to
do with the live audience.
To do with the live audience, we actually we saw this was one of the ones that the Longest Johns did when we saw them live twice, and the second audience that they played for was very large.
The first night audience got it and they were fine and it was no problem.
But the second night audience were clapping along on every beat, which is fine, except for when you have the 5/4 measure and then suddenly you're off.
Right, and they sped up and. Yeah, so it was interesting.
But anyway, but you'll see how it goes because it sounds weird. It's not actually.
It feels right though.
Yeah, it feels right though.
It'll be fine.
That's right. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate. Folly, rally, 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 ride-o.
More nonsense words.
Yep. Yeah, fall, dee, rawl, dee, rye-do.
Sure. Or just go
for it.
Well,
rye-I-do. Technically.
Just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah.
Fa la 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 la.
Yeah, also acceptable. We can't stop you.
Fa la la.
Now you're trying to figure it out.
Shipmate. Fa la 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 la. Oh no. We'll deal with that around Christmas time.
Yep.
Anyway. Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. That thought is in my brain now.
Yep.
Anyway. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy. Ching, 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 safe and sound at home.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Safe and sound at home again. Let the waters roar, Jack. Safe and sound at home again. Let the waters roar, Jack. Long we've tossed on the rolling main. Now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate. Folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. Since we sailed from Plymouth Sound, 4 years gone or nigh, Jack, was there ever chummies now, such as you and I, Jack? Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. We have worked the self-same gun, quarter-deck division, sponger I and loader you through the whole commission. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Rolly, 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 ride-o. Oftentimes have we laid out, toil nor danger fearing, tugging out the flapping sail to the weather earing. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Rolly, 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 ride-o. When the middle watch was on, and the time went slow, boy, who could choose a rousing stave? Who like Jack or Joe, boy? Long we tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Rolly, 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 ride-o. There she swings an empty hulk, not a soul below now. Number 7, starboard mess, Mrs. Jack and Joe now. Long we tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Rolly, 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 ride-o. But the best of friends must part, fair or foul the weather. Hand your flipper for a shake, now a drink together. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Rolly, 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 ride-o. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your own shipmate. Rolly, 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 ride-o. Yeah!
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Like it. Well, there you go.
There you go.
There's your mountain time.
Your mountains, and then back at home.
And then back at home again.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Check out links below for Shanty merch and more fun stuff. Learn some things. Go support tons of crews out there doing performances this past weekend and more to come. New albums being released, new music being released, all sorts of crazy things.
Yeah.
So get out there and support and sing right along. I don't know.
That's all I got.
Okay. Be safe. We love you. And we'll see you again next Sunday. Bye.
La 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 la.
Oh, no.